Mr. Gray, you need to turn on your camera for the entire duration of class, and you're early, so you got 4 minutes to get yourself ready. Thank you for turning on your camera, sir. You got to keep it on because that's just the rules CPS gave us. So, but you got 3 minutes to go to the bathroom or whatever because you're early. Did you get your hair retwisted, dude? It's a new do. Oh, he turned the camera.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah. No, I just got mine redone recently, so I can see your scalp. That's why I asked. Okay, attendance, where is it at? Gray is here. Let me put this in now. Okay. Am I in the right class? Yeah, I have this the right class. Okay, Gray is March. All right, give them 10 more minutes for them to get in here. So, 1 more minute. Let me run to the kitchen. Okay, I'm gonna put 10 minutes up. Basically, just get your screen set up, Mr. Gray. But the 10-minute applies to everybody else who's trying to get here. After the 10 minutes is up, we're gonna start the class, and everybody else will be marked late. Again, all recordings will be available around 4 p.m. If what is it, 4 p.m.? Well, I'll try for 4 p.m. but 4:30 maybe because it takes an hour to process. We get out at 3:40. All right. Do I got my norms? Yeah, I got my norms. Okay. So let me do attendance again. Miss Archie, Kanaja Archie is not present. Adam Bagardo, not present. Khalees Bailey, not present. Claudia Benavente, not present. Angelina Bravo, not present. Michael Brown, not present. Brian Bustamante, not present. Christopher Clark, not present. David Curry, not present. Let me turn this off because I do not want jazz playing over. Okay, I forgot that was on. And it's like, dude, your microphone. Okay, where was I at? Let me recycle this so I can see. Yeah, okay, caught up with me. Jamar Davis, do a side by side. No, he's not here. Okay, now I can see all the people in the room. Shamar Davis, not present. Courtney Dixon, not present. Edward Dooley, not present. Chris Flores, not present. Jontez Goss, not present. Mr. Gray is present. Autumn Hall, not present. Okay, wait, who's coming in the room? I spoke too soon. Okay, Perry is arrived. Mr. Perry, you got to keep your camera on entire time in class. That's the new rule. Let me see, where was I at? I don't see Aaliyah Mims. Actually, I just saw her last period. Miss Kennard, not present. Paris Hall, not present. Did I get Autumn already? See if Autumn. Well, Autumn just arrived, so I got to reverse that. Okay, welcome to class, Miss Hall. Huh?
Huh?
I said, welcome to class, Miss Hall. You made it in time. You got to keep your camera on the entire time in class. Hector Sanchez, not present. Royale Smith, not present. Jalen Stuckey, not present. India Tyler, not present. Martine Valencia, not present. Mark Weber, not present. Um, let's make sure this sticks. Davion Williams. Oh, hello, Mr. Rush. If I miss anything, Mr. Rush, please help me make the changes because once I start teaching, it's going to be hard to go between screens.
All right, I got you, Tyler.
Yeah, thanks. Because I can't keep up with who's coming in the room once we get started. So 6 minutes, everyone. You should set your. There's somebody else. Who's this? Okay, there's two people. I gotta wait for the screen to update. Okay, guess everybody should be setting up. That's Edward that just arrived from the looks of it. Mr. Dooling, you need to have your camera on the entire time in class or you'll be removed. Thank you, sir. Courtney Dixon, his camera's on. Courtney, you need some light in there. Everybody has to keep their cameras on the entire time. If I call you more than 3 times because your camera's off, you'll be ejected from the room and you'll have another try tomorrow to do better. And that will count against your attendance. So let's just try to have a good day and pay attention, you know. So you got 6 minutes. These two screens I'm presenting to you. You should be setting it up the same way so you can follow along with me. On one of your screens, everybody, you want to make sure that I'm sorry, I didn't know that was right there. That was my mask. When I took out the trash and put it on top of my laptop. But one of the screens, this is Mr. Martin. I got to go back and do that attendance. One of the screens should have your Google Meet because I'm going to be posting questions in the chat and I'm going to need you to respond. If you don't respond, this does go against your demonstration grade. And demonstration is like a presentation. So you'll either present your screen when I'm asking you to see if you've done work, or I might ask you a question in chat and you have to participate to get the points. This is to help a lot of people. So we got 5 more minutes for you guys to get your screens ready. And what do I mean by ready? You're going to go, like I have my screen set up for you, to your Google Apps. Make sure you're signed into your Gmail account because that's your Google Drive. It's going to save your life on Friday. Well, that's tomorrow, right? The quizzes. So pay attention and make sure you're logged into your Google Drive so you can find your documents so you can use them when you need them. So we're going to go to a doc. And make sure you do a new blank because you're starting a whole new document. And I think, Courtney, you might have had this material already because, you know, today is Thursday. It's mathematics. So it might be easy for you because you might have seen this already. I think I had you for a different period. But make sure you name the document first. So everything I'm telling you to do it now so you're not doing it the last minute later. Mr. Martin, you need to turn on your camera and it has to stay on the entire class. Today's date is 17th, right? We're getting through the work week. Oh, Autumn came back. Okay. I was looking at that like, what happened? Thank you, Mr. Valencia. Yeah, keep it on because I have a setup where I can see everybody, and they're making me make you do this. So I got to kind of keep my camera on too the whole time. Tough it out with me. Now we're gonna come down here, and I'm just giving people time to get in here because after this clock rings, that means you're officially late, and we're gonna start class. So use this time to set up your screens so it's not a hard day. On one of the screens, make sure you have Google Meet, right, where you can access it because I'm gonna ask you a question and it's gonna be in the chat. Uh, let's do our header. You type your name, right? Next is you put the date again. Lastly, what period are we in? The last period of the day. You guys are at the finish line. So basically, it's the fifth period, and this class is basically your robotics students or electrical engineers, but it's intro. The technical term on your transcripts is intro to engineering, and I've been informed this is a graduation requirement. So please just pay attention, do what you can, and don't think this is torture. This is making you guys professionals. All right, title. So I'm gonna ask you to be in Edsby. Let me scroll to the assignment, and who knows what today's title is? I'm just gonna scroll over and see if you can find it. If you know what the title is, don't yell it out. Type it in the chat. I'm going to the chat. And if the timer expires for our late people, then those participation points will go away. So if you want 20 points for just indicating what the title of this paper should be, you will type it in the chat. And I'm going to go by who got it first from the timestamps. But get yourself into ESB and figure it out. You got 2 minutes to answer. Mr. Perry, your camera's off. You have to turn it back on, sir.
I know I'm entering something real quick.
Oh, okay. Just bring it back in about a
I'm on my
minute or
cell
so.
phone.
Thank you.
Give me a second.
So we're just waiting. Let me make sure my attendance right. So we're just waiting on other people to come in the room. That's right. I got to fix Edward. Whoa, Edward and Autumn got it. You're both going to get 20 points. Great job. I just saw that. Okay. Let's say started a class because Edward made it in the grace period. And then the other person was who? Let me go to my people here. Martin. That's who else. Okay. Somebody just put something in the chat, but you got to give me a second. Trying to adjust the attendance for people that just arrived. Okay, so I got Mr. Martin. Gray is here. Courtney. Did I get Courtney? I did not get Courtney.
Hey, Mr. Tyler,
Yes.
do you know if they got any more new Chromebooks?
That's a question. I don't know if Rush can answer that or Mr. Irvin can answer that. We did discuss it. I think there's more coming, but
Yeah,
if
it's
you
on
got
the
one
way.
from us, then you probably have to, bring the other one back in good condition first, right?
I don't have one.
Oh, you never got one? Okay, well,
Never got
you
one.
got to follow up with them to see if you're eligible, I guess. Okay,
Why wouldn't I be?
that's not a discussion for me. They got to take you through the process. It's always a process to something. Okay,
Yeah.
so 16, 17. Let me write that down because maybe I can email Irvin
Like me
about you,
having my
Perry.
camera on is gonna kill my battery.
I can barely hear you, Mr. Perry.
I said me having my phone on, my camera's on, is gonna kill my battery, and I'm on 30%.
I look, plug your phone up to a wall, dude. No excuses. I
My
don't know what to
my
tell you.
port is loose. Like I have to charge my phone at a weird angle.
Perry, look, I'm
I
gonna have
got
to
you. I
remove
got you.
you, and then you're
I
going to
got you.
talk
I
to the
got you.
staff
I
about it.
got
But
you. I
that's the
got you.
rule. Your camera has to be on.
I just said I got you like three
I'm
times.
just letting you know. A lot of students have tried all sorts of things. That's done. Keep your camera on if you want to stay in class. If not, we gotta get you fixed, and you're gonna have to try again tomorrow. And the video will be available. So all cameras on for the whole period. Let's start our norms so we can move forward. Right? Okay, here we go to the top. Who's first in the list? Of course, Miss Hall. Can you read number 1? Miss Hall, you got to turn on your mic. I see you're in the camera, but I can't hear nothing you say.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
no one has the right to hurt another person.
Thank you, dear. Number two, Courtney Dixon. Can you read number two?
Education in the classroom are safe.
Thank you, sir. Edward, can you read number three?
We we will never behave in a way to discredit ourselves, our school, or our family.
Thank you, sir. Number four, Mr. Gray. Trying to get your mic on.
He trying to unmute his mic.
You got to unmute yourself, Mr. Gray. There you go.
Oh, my bad. I was trying to go back to the screen. Uh,
Okay.
You
I see it. Number four.
No, yeah, number four. Perry,
At
turn the
Excel,
camera back on.
at Excel Academy,
I
Southwest
answered the
student is
message.
always a lady or gentleman.
Thank you, sir.
I
Next
was trying to read
is Mr. Martin, number five.
We take pride in the Excel Academy of Southwest.
Thank you. Let's continue on, everybody. This is to wake you everybody up and get us started. Number one, Miss Hall.
We respect the opinions of others.
Thank you. Courtney, number two.
We respect the culture of the classroom.
Thank you, sir. Edward, number three.
We are attentive and participating.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Gray, number four.
We have high expectations of ourselves and our peers.
Thank you. And Mr. Valencia, can you handle number five for us?
Um, we are here to focus on preparing ourselves for post-secondary endeavor.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so everybody, let's jump into today's exercise. This is a participation point moment where I give you the opportunity to volunteer yourself, or I'll ask a particular student to read it. Reading it gets you automatic points to help you. These are called demonstration points. So let's start off with today's assignment. We should all of us already have, what we need for setting up our Google Doc. Now, I'm gonna put in the chat the first part that I want someone to read. If you're gonna read something, type ME. Okay. Here we go. So type me if you like to read it for 10 points towards, and these points go towards quiz scores. So sometimes you'll see your scores go up. Autumn, go ahead. I just saw that.
So wait a minute. I'm reading from hello all the way the highlighted part.
Way down from hello down.
Hello, all future electrical engineers. Today is Mathematics Thursdays. Complete the following questions below. No asynchronous problems are done in class. Asynchronous problems are done at home.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. Okay, so that lets you know there's two problems. If you see my screen, they are your synchronous problem. We're going to go through this. It's like my I do for you. And then you have to make sure you have the notes. But to get complete points, a lot of students have been skipping on your asynchronous problems, which is where you do homework and reinforce skills. So it will show in quizzes and also in your work you turn in when you're not doing the practice work. Okay. So we're going to start with just the synchronous portion. I'm going to need another student, if they want 10 points like Autumn just earned, to read what's in the chat. So here it is. So if you want to read, you type, go ahead, Mr. Martin.
All right, do now solve for the ordered pair x, y using this system of equations via substitution method. 1. Equation 164. Do I read the problem too? You want me to read that too?
Yes, read the entire problem.
All right. 64 divided by 2x minus 20 divided by 5y equals 125 divided by 5. Equation 2, negative 25 divided by 5x plus 228 divided by 2y plus 30 divided by 2x equals negative 27 divided by 7.
Thank you, sir. Okay, points noted. All right, so now we're going to go into this problem. You should have copied this problem that Mr. Valencia read into your Google Doc. Now, before we get too far ahead, don't forget to copy the 2A and the 3A problems, your asynchronous homework problems, into the document as well. Okay, so let me make sure I put that here because I don't want to forget either. And we're going to work just in between here and the first problem that we're doing. Let me zoom in some, and you're going to be like, oh, I can't follow. You want to set your screen up like mine's so you can type as I type. Do it now so it's not a headache later. And then you'll have time to think about how to tackle the 2 homework problems. A lot of you guys are not doing it. So we're going to talk about grades and how to look at that and how to fix things, but after we get done with this problem. So let's jump in because I want to give you a 5-minute break and then we'll give you some clues on how to handle the
I
homework.
don't know how to resize my screen like that. It'd be
You want me to? Okay, so that's a good question, Edward. Hold on. So if you start your screen like this, just full, right? You go in the gray area, like this gray bar here, and you just double click, and it'll change it to some other size. Once you do that, you can come to the edge of whichever browser you're looking at and just
double click it.
Huh?
Double click it.
Yeah, did you double click in the gray area? Yeah, did it change? Okay, and then you just resize it from the sides or the top, but you got to click and hold it. And it's better if you're using the mouse, Edward. I hope that's what you're using. The touchpad is tough. You can click and drag it, and you just resize it to the right sizes so you can at least have 2 screens to work from on one screen. Okay?
Or Tyler.
Yes, Hall.
Or he could just click the tab and drag the tab down, and it's gonna give it another page. So go to the other page and hit the one that's between the X and the line at the
She's right.
corner.
She's absolutely right. Thank you, Ms. Hall. That is exactly what you can do. What she's saying is this. You can click on this. I'm glad you remember that, Ms. Hall. And you see I just dragged it over, Edward. So I can I'm gonna leave this here for a second and show that real quick. I can drag this tab over after I've resized it and it's the same size almost, okay? So you might want to play with it, but that was what Ms. Hall was suggesting to you. All right, so back to this. Great question. Because we're going to be doing that for the rest of the quarter, guys. Trying to get you guys trained like scientists and engineers in here. Now, we're hearing the problem, and if you don't know, someone tell me in the chat, what is the first thing you think you should do with these 2 equations? All fractions. What can we do to fractions? I'm sorry, did you say something, Edward? No? So if you got a fraction, all you need to do is reduce it, right? So let's reduce all of the fractions in this case. And this is how you get points to help you out through class. Be asking certain students real quickly what certain numbers will be. So for instance, let's test it out. 64 divided by 2. Mr. Gray, what do you think that'll be? I'm discussing this first fraction. What is 64 divided by 2, Mr. Gray? So I'm gonna give him 30 seconds to answer, but if no one else, if he doesn't answer, someone else can type it in the chat, but give him at least 30 seconds. 64 divided by 2.
You said how much?
That should be an easy one, y'all. All right, Gray, you got about 20 more seconds when someone else takes it from you. Are you there? Okay, thank you. All right, stop.
32.
You guys understand how this is going to go. So 32 what? It's X, right? Minus, what is 20 divided by 5, Mr. Perry? Mr. Perry has 30 seconds before someone else gets it.
I got it.
I'm trying to see if he's playing video games or if he's actually doing his work, and he's going to have to check on him. I asked you a question, sir, and you need to answer it. You're in class. Everyone else has 10 seconds. What's the answer, sir? Perry? Oh, okay. 6 seconds. I'm going to go to the next person.
4.
Oh, you said 4?
The time ain't over yet.
Did you not
The time
just
ain't
hear
over yet.
anything I just said? I just unmuted and said a whole
The time ain't over yet.
No, you're supposed to be working, sir. You're supposed to be working. It's all right. 4 what? Why? This This is why you don't understand nothing. You're playing video games at home. 125 divided by 5. Autumn, what do you think it's going to be?
20.
You said what, dear?
20.
20?
Who on a video game?
Wait. 125 divided by 5.
So use equal sign in Google, all you guys.
You said 25 about what?
25. My bad. 25.
Right? You said 25. Okay. I was scared for a second. Like, uh-oh.
I
So
couldn't have done that.
25, right?
I still can't understand you said what?
So let's continue on. That one is already reduced. Now we got to reduce all of these fractions, you guys. And I'm trying to get y'all out of here quickly, but if you're not participating, I will slow class down. And it'll go all the way to the end. So just participate. Mr. Rush, I need you to follow up with Mr. Perry and see what's going on with him, okay? What is it? So our first one is, what is it going to be? Negative 25 divided by 5. What is that going to be? Let's see. Edward.
Wait, you said negative 25 divided by 5?
Yes, sir.
Oh, negative 5.
Negative 5 what?
X.
Thank you. All right. Plus, let's see here. Mr. Martin, what is 228 divided by 2? So 30 seconds. And then I'll ask someone else. What did you say, Mr. Valencia?
You said 228 divided by 2?
Yes. You use, like I said, you guys have.
114?
Can you type it in the chat? Because I can barely hear what you're saying.
My bad.
Just type. It's okay. It's okay. You seem like your microphone got you low. Okay. What is Perry doing? Let's see here. Mr. Perry, you're sharing your screen. Why? Okay. We got to stop that, Mr. Perry. Okay. Let's see here. Go back to this. So he's working on a problem. There we go. Let's get this back in order. Okay, so what are we working with? Everybody see what I'm doing?
You moved it so far over there.
Martin, did you say no? I got thrown off because Sherrod is doing some stuff. Hold on, let me see what's going on with Perry. All right, it stopped. Okay, dude, you got to keep up. So, what was the answer again, Mr. Valencia? You got 144. Thanks.
Yeah, 144.
Yeah. Okay, and that's gonna be Y, right?
Yeah.
Put this out the way, and let's blow this up so we can see everything. All right, so what's next? See who hasn't gone. Mr. Dixon, can you tell us what 30 divided by 2 is? 30 divided by 2x. Mr. Courtney Dixon, are you there? Uh-oh.
15.
Okay, who said that?
Me.
That was Gray? I see you. Okay, I got to follow up with Courtney Dixon. So 15 what, sir? It's 15x, right? This is equal to a negative 27 divided by 7. Let's see, who can I get? Courtney's been missing. Autumn, what do you think it is?
Negative 3.85, and your Y is wrong, Mr. Tyler.
Am I what?
Your Y is wrong.
Why is my Y wrong? Oh, you mean as far as what he gave?
Yeah.
It is wrong. Okay, give me a second. You said it was what?
He said it was 144 Y, but it's actually 114 Y.
114 Y. Like that? I'll check it in a second. But you something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. But what was your answer though? For 27 over 7.
Negative 3.85.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna trust you. Let's check our work, right? So if I come here and I say, hey, Google, what is 228 divided by 2? Autumn's challenging Mr. Martin's answer, and she's right. All right. And what about what she did? Well, I think she got that right too.
My bad.
It's okay. It's all right, man. It's all right. You get a participation because you're trying. And that's how Autumn pretty much got this one. She rounded it correctly. I would just say 8.6, but it's all right. Okay, so let me come over here and blow this back up. Let's say 8.6. Okay, we got this all together, but there's a problem with this equation now, right? We have to simplify it. And we can simplify it. Say what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What'd you say?
Nah, go ahead.
Okay. So all I was saying is we got to find like terms. That's all I was about to say. And I'm gonna highlight what are the like terms here. So it's this one, this plus 15x here, right? And it's also this negative 5x. So if you got minus 5 plus 15, that's how you got to think about it. What would that become if we're trying to bring those two terms together? What do you get?
10x.
Very good. Very good. So we end up with just 10x here.
Then you
And
run
5x is gone, right? We're going to cross it out. It's no longer there.
Still can't see the screen.
Who's that, Gray?
Mm-hmm.
Can't see my screen?
I can't see, like, it's so small, like, the look. It's like...
Did you click on pin? So let me show you what I'm doing. Like, here's how, because a lot of students talk about that. You see what I'm doing now?
Mm-hmm.
Like my Google Meet and everything's up for you guys. So if you come to pin to screen, you can actually see more of the screen. Does that help? You got to go to like my presentation and click on the pin to screen, and it should blow up the screen some more for you guys.
Oh, I see.
Did that help out or no?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Well, again, you got to check the video out. I'll try to let's see if I can put it up some more. Maybe that'll help you guys. So I'm gonna try 14, but it's gonna get humongous. How about that?
Yeah, I can see. I mean, I can see it clear now. You said.
Okay, no, I didn't know if that helped or not because you was like, yeah,
how do I scratch out that 5?
How do you what?
Scratch out that 5.
You go to format, right? Text, and hit strike through. Yeah, text, and then go to strike through. See it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
That's
all right, so let's continue. Say what?
No.
Okay, so let's continue on. I'm gonna remove what's not there and just clean the equation up.
Yeah, get my.
So that's what we got now. New equation, right? So
can you go back up to the top?
Go back up to where?
Yep, to right there.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay. Trying to catch up. What are you doing? You writing the notes down, Gray? Is that what you doing?
Yeah, because like I don't
type them up later.
Yeah, I don't feel like going back type it up. Then look on here,
type it up and send it in, man. I know you got a lot of work done. I need you to start sending all this stuff in, though.
I know, like I got them all done. I just
yeah, but I need you to put it in an Etsy, brother. I need these. This week, man, just take some time and upload all of it to the right assignments. All right, so can I move on because it's 3:10? That means we got 30 minutes left. Let me make sure we get all the steps. Now, some students, they said they took a picture snapshot and they went back or something.
I don't like squinting. Like,
oh, okay. All right. You know, you can email yourself the images and review it on your computer screen, right? So you don't have to be on your phone. You take the picture on the phone, but you can email the picture to yourself. Just a tip. Okay, so I gotta move forward, everybody. I'm just gonna scroll up a little bit because I want to now think about which equation am I going to use to begin solving for everything. So I'm going to use equation 1 because it looks smaller to me. Okay, so this is the simplified version of equation 1. Now, put in equation 1, and I'm going to grab the equation that we simplified from a long ago, right? I'll put this here. And then the next thing you want to do is figure out whether you want to solve for x or y. Most students like solving for x's. That's what they learn. But you can solve for either one first and just stay consistent and get the same answer. But to keep things simple on us, I'm just going to solve for x for this equation 1. So now, solve the following, I guess, for x using algebra. Okay, so I'm going to do that and taking this here and putting it here. Now, how do we get x by itself? Well, we got to look at what we have and what's around it. So we got a 32 that's multiplied or attached to the x. And, in algebra, you got to use division. But you can't use division until you get rid of that minus 4y, right? Because you'll do an illegal math move if you do that. So I'm going to take this equation.
What is an illegal math move?
You can. If you try it out that way, it's going to be a headache. I'm trying to save you a headache. If you try to divide the 32 first, something's not going to cancel out, right? And then you're like, darn, what happened? So that's a legal math move, in my opinion, sir.
No,
But
thing.
so basically, we're going to remove this 4y because that's the first thing you want to do by doing the opposite of negative 4y, and that is going to be 4y positive. This is the change to the above equation down here. Change that real quick. Because the above equation, I'm changing it by a factor. Now, what you do to one side in algebra, you got to do to the other. Rule of algebra. I'm going to take this because that's what we have, and now we're going to show what happened, what crosses out. So we'll highlight all of this. Because if you look, this is minus 4y plus 4y. That's going to be 0. That goes away. So we have a new equation now, right? It's getting smaller and smaller, if you notice. I'll come over here. This part is now 0 or evaporates. And then we still got to get x by itself. We're getting closer to it. That here. But what I want to do is, remember I told you in the beginning, this is like saying 32 times x. It could be 32 times z, whatever variable, as a multiplication process in between those two. So the reverse process of multiplication is division. And algebra says, hey, if you got to do that to get what you want, just make sure you do it to the other side. We need balance. So I'm going to take this 32. Now I'm going to divide by 32 because that's how I get rid of 32 next to the x. But as we say, what you do to one side, right, ladies and gentlemen, you do have to do to the other side. So I'm going to come over here, put this in parentheses because I'm going to have a 32 that divides into all of this on the other side of the equation. Okay. So I'm going to just put it down here because now I'm going to cross stuff out, right? So you see how that fixed our problem and how it got smaller. So these 32s, 32 divided by 32, that becomes 1. So I can cross this out, right? Go up to format, strike it out. And all this jazz right here, it goes away because basically all that becomes 1. Now x is just by itself because anything times itself is itself, and 1 times x is just x. But we have a unique situation over here because now the 32 divides into the 25. It also divides into the 4y. So I got to be careful and make sure I change it so it makes sense. So I'm going to take this 32 and make sure it divides into this 25 over here. Okay. That with a parenthesis because those are together. So our new equation now is going to be no 32 or nothing there anymore. That's got absorbed. And this all right here is gone. Now we got to figure out these two fractions. All right, ask somebody to figure it out correctly. Use Google. This is another moment for participation. What is 25 divided by 32? I want to see who gets it right. So if you don't know how to do that, you can cheat a little bit at home. I don't mind you using it. It's equal to, what did I say, 25 over 32, right?
78.
Whoa, that was Gray?
Yep.
Type your answer in the chat, sir, so I can confirm it.
Um,
I think he has it, though. I'm waiting for him to put it in the chat. Okay. I think you're right. And if you're not sure how he did that, you can use this. And yeah, he's dead on. All right, great job, sir. You earned 10 more points. turn in that work, boy. You got a lot of stuff I want to add on to, but you got to turn in the work. Anyway, so Mr. Gray deduced that it would be 0.78, right? And then what our next fraction will be is 4y divided by 32. That simply translates to what is 4 divided by 32. So who will get it first? 4 divided by 32, right? What will that be? Anybody? Oh, Autumn. I see Autumn got it. Edward, you had a second. I'm going to give you some points for that too, sir. I didn't know you did that real smooth. He put the whole accurate answer. That's why I got to give him some points. Autumn put 0.12, and I think that's correct. But let's see what happens. Yeah. You could have put 1.3, but you got it. So we're gonna come to our document, and this part right here becomes, like she said, 0. You can put 1, 2, and then 5, right? And don't forget y, because y is attached to this. That was 4y, right? Okay. So now we're ready to do substitution. I'm just gonna bold this and underline it because we got to come back to it and find out. This is not the final answer. A lot of students get stuck on this for x. This is a partial answer for x. So you got to come back when you figure out y after substitution and still get this x. Don't get confused. All right, so let's go back to equation 2. We can use equation 2 for what is going to be substituted into. Okay, so we're going to say now substitute the partial equation or partial answer for x, which is above, into equation 2. And that all that means in English or mathematics is this. I'm taking this equation that we simplified earlier, had all those like terms, and I'm now going to substitute inside of x that's inside of this equation, this x here. So that'll be the 0.78 plus the 0.125 y down here to x. And I'll use parentheses, so all that goes in there. We have this situation now. Okay, so let's continue so we can finish, because I feel like we're getting real close to the end of this problem and we're making good progress. Y'all might leave 10 to 15, might leave 10 or 5 minutes, I can tell. So let's go through it. I just want to clean this up. No, not bold, and definitely not underline. Okay, so at this point, you're going to do distribution with that 10 there. And I mean, it's 10 times.
Scroll up a little bit.
You said, can I scroll up?
Yeah, but I wasn't doing copying down the rest of the problem.
Okay, so right. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to take 10 and multiply it by 0.78. And I'm going to take 10 and multiply it by 0.125. Why? Because that's distribution. Everything in the parentheses has to be multiplied by the number attached to the parentheses set. So can I scroll down now, Edward, or no? You said 1 minute? Okay. Okay, Perry's camera's off. Mr. Perry, are you there? All right. Not participating in class. And kept turning camera off. All right, so I gotta scroll down, guys, because we're running out of time. Basically, when I put because we're at the end. When I put this in, it's going to be, what did I say? Here we go. Put this equation here, but I'm just going to change what it will become. So the first one is going to be, like I said, 10 times this 0.78. Now 10 times that will yield just 7.8, if you don't know what that is. And then 10 times this number will just move the decimal over one place. So I'm just saying 10 times that number, and it will be 1.25y. Remove the parenthesis. We now have like terms to deal with. That's the 114 and the 1.25. So let me take this and come down one more and put that here. So we're combining these like terms. Make sure you can see it. And this one here, that's a y. Okay. And when we do that, it's going to be what? Well, that's 114y and 1.25. That should just be basically, if you do it in your head, 115.25, right? Now I'm moving on so I can like get you guys almost to the end, because we still got to go back and get the other value. This one is gone. Go. You don't understand something I did, just ask a question. No, I don't want to copy that. I want to copy this. There we go. Now we still got to get y by itself. I don't know if it's obvious, but you just got that 7.8 on the other side of the equation. So let me put it here, positive 7.8. So therefore, you just put minus 7.8. Now, this is a change from the above equation, because what you do to one side, you got to do to the other. And we're definitely going to have to subtract 7.8 on the other side of the equation. So let me take this and put that here. Okay, getting close to figuring out what y is, everybody. Here. This strikes out because, of course, that's going to turn into 0. So let me cross that out. We got a new equation now, because we got to also combine this. And, you know, if you don't know how to do that, you just take it and put it in Google, because those are both negative. And I don't want people getting confused. So I just say equal. And then since they're negative, they're going to combine. And you get about 11.66, or negative, right? So this is negative 11.66. Now, you can take this down one and clean it up. Ooh, we run into equation 2. I mean, the second problem, or homework problem. This part is now gone, right? And then we just got to get y by itself. So what is that going to be? Well, remember before I told you, all you got to do is understand that that number by the letter is being multiplied. So we're going to divide. Put this in parentheses. And the number I want to divide by is this 115.25. So I'm going to divide by it. And then what you do to one side, everybody, remember, you must do to the other. So I'm going to come over here and divide it by such. Clean it up for you guys a little bit. This all goes together because it's computer science. If you don't put parentheses, sometimes it won't include the negative or all the numbers. So it's just a good way to be clean. So what happens here? Well, when we clean this up, some things are going to cross out. There's 115.25 divided by itself is 1. So this part crosses out. And this part down here crosses out. So this turns into something new. So we just put it in Google, because it's coming close to that time where we got to hurry up and do a check about grades and whatnot. Yep, so that's the right answer. So it's negative 0.101. So negative 0.101. And I just simplified that fraction. I'm going to take this down and clean the equation up, because these are all steps you got to have. Show how you got to your answer. So all of this is gone, right? All this is gone. Equation got even smaller. We got y. We absolutely have y, but we don't have x. So we got to go back and get that, right? Let me blow this up. Make sure you underline it. That's one of your answers. You need to order pair, though. X comma y, if you remember in the problem earlier. So I'm going to come down. And then remember, we solved for x here. We had to go back and use this to figure out x, because we already got it set up to find x. So I'm going to take this from our previous solution. I'm going to put it down here so we can work on it. So what we found for y, we're now going to put into this equation here. So I'm going to take this again, just so you'll know. And this comes from above. We're going to take our y that we found. We're going to put it inside of y. in this step here. Okay, that up. So now all we had to do really is solve for the final answer of x and put it in our ordered pair form. So what is x equal to? Well, let's just take it and put it in Google real quick. You guys a quick way to get this work done because I don't want y'all up all night. I put it in Google as I did. Oh, that's equal. So that's a computer science error. I don't want to do that. I want to do this one. There we go. So it's 0.77. And I just calculated all of this here for that answer. So it's going to be 0.77. And let me check and make sure. 0.77. I rounded that. And we'll bold this. But your final answer is basically the ordered pair part. So we found both ordered pairs, and now we can put it into the format. And it's just simply in parentheses the two numbers. So the ordered pair in this situation, the final answer is, see, the ordered pair is x comma y, right? And for us that would be parentheses. Our x was 0.77 comma negative 0.101. Close parentheses. And just under. All right, now you had a question. What happened? Because that's the end of the problem. And you guys got to still go back and do the two homework problems.
I know. I'm saying, can you scroll up a little bit?
Sure. Sure.
Thank you.
Right here?
You go down a little bit more.
Okay.
Right.
So make sure you have all these steps and make sure you try the two homework problems. But the homework problems are super simple because I didn't have fractions in there. I mean, I might got one fraction, but a lot of it is just the substituting into each other and getting the final answers. But you definitely don't do anything else. Get this typed up and submitted. So if you try it and you got it wrong, you at least have this part done and close to a 70. You know, just don't put the problem in and don't try it. Try it out. A lot of y'all been trying it out and you might have got some stuff wrong, but you got at least 75 to 80% of the credit out of 100. So you never know until you try. Did you need me to scroll down, Autumn, or you still going?
Stay right there.
Okay. So I think real quickly after Autumn's done, I wanted the student to share their screen so I can show everybody in what is it called, Edsby, what they have to do to look up their grades, where to go, and where to find this video at today. So you have no excuses but to check the video, go through the steps, and turn in the work. All videos, well, not all of them, but if you need a video that is not already converted to YouTube, I can supply that. So, because I've archived all of our classes. You said what, Autumn?
Scroll down just a little bit more.
Okay. So when she's done, we're going to talk about that as far as grades are concerned and how to find them, expectations of that. And then we're going to get ready to transition. Courtney, are you there? I haven't heard from you at all this class period. I just see a dark room. He's like not in the room.
Right here.
Okay. I'm just checking, dude. I can't see your face. The policy is you got to be in the camera though. So it's all right, Mr. Bulldog. Valencia, are you there? Your camera's off.
Yeah. Because
Okay,
I'm on the
turn
phone.
your camera on for a second. Okay, keep it on. We're almost through, y'all. So you're done, Autumn? Because I wanted to talk about grades. Okay, so do me a favor. Autumn, can you share your screen? I'm gonna stop sharing, dear. And I want you to show your Esby portal for us.
Hold on.
Okay, so you have the floor. Should let you. You should be visible.
Can you see it?
Not yet. Did you share it out? You click on the share button. It does take about like
Ah,
30 seconds. Unless you
it ain't letting me share.
did you click on which one you want us to see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
You got it? There you go. All right, you're an Nesby. Good. So real quick, because everybody's restless. We've been sitting the whole time, and I'm trying to get you out of here early. Click on My Work Autumn. This is where you guys need to go. You'll see my announcements in the class setting, but if you notice, there's a graph that you got to pay attention to, and you want to get most of the low marks up. So go to, yeah, she went to one of them, but the better way to see that, Autumn, that's just a graph so you know how you're doing. But if you go to assessments, you can see everything we've done and what you still need to finish, right? So click on
Mm-hmm.
assessments, and if it still has a submit this week, you can go back and do it until Sunday. Really wanted y'all to know that. So after Sunday, some of these grades are going to stay solid, and then you're going to be a little bit frustrated because it's going to be hard to get your average up. The last thing I wanted to do, Autumn, is can you take us to the library section so we know where Mr. Tyler is going to put your videos at?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys should be using. You got to go to my class again, dear. You're not
I know.
there.
I know.
Okay. So, okay. So in the class view, if you notice, there's a library section. Autumn, can you click on one of the articles of the library? There you go. And do you see the links? The links are current YouTube videos. So if you don't want to download the file because it's too heavy, you could always click on the link and it'll start the YouTube video of class. There will be one of the class today. Yeah, click on the link. Yeah. So you see, it's already there. There's no reason for y'all to fail. Just go back and do the work and turn it in. Okay. So I gotta get going. You might want to scroll up on the time because it's like the first 10 minutes of class. We're just waiting on them. But you guys have all these resources. All I wanted to let you know is no reason to fail. We have a quiz tomorrow, and remember, you got to be in class. You have your camera on the whole time. So, are there any more questions before I dismiss you all?
No, sir.
No. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have a great evening. Remember, all of these problems are due by 8 p.m.
All right.
All right. Okay, they all gone. All right, let me stop this recording.